What is AEP? Well, AEP is the opportunity for graduating seniors to participate in 2 summer exchanges, one where they host and one where they travel. The American Exchange Project is our country's first national domestic exchange program. It is open to recently graduated high school seniors, and it's completely free. Spend a week traveling with AEP and you'll get a chance to make new friends from all over the country. Stay with the host family and learn about life in other parts of America. Discover new people, places, foods, experiences, and ideas. And be curious about your country and the people who live in it, and learn more about yourself along the way. This year's locations include Missoula, Montana, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Vashon Island, Washington, Cotulla, Texas, North Palm Beach, Florida, and Verona, Wisconsin, among many others. Now, why does AEP exist? AEP developed from conversations with students who felt that they were growing up in bubbles, disconnected from their peers from around America. By providing the opportunity to explore a part of America that is vastly different from their hometown, AEP helps students break out of their bubbles and make friends from all over the country. AEP's hope is that one day all American teenagers, regardless of background, will have the opportunity to go on an exchange to explore the country they live in and connect with their fellow Americans. So, what is this problem with political polarization? According to the Pew Research Center, illustrated in these well-known graphics to the right, median Democrat and Republican attitudes have separated in the past 20 years. Here's 1994. We existed with a greater political consensus, with moderates representing many Americans from both parties across the country. But by 2011, things had started to change. There are many reasons for this growing partisan divide. But rather than learning from a classroom teacher, the television, or online, why not get to understand your fellow Americans and their views in person? There's a good chance you'll make some new friends, and a good chance you'll deepen your understanding of what connects us rather than just what divides us. By 2017, things had changed quite a bit. Here's where we were just 5 years ago. We've seen many more polarizing events even since in just the past 5 years. But there are opportunities to turn this trend around. My personal background is that I've been an American citizen who was raised in the Midwest from a child until adulthood. I appreciate so much about the Midwest's culture, work ethic, and kindness. So much so that about 5 years ago, that same 2017, I piled my family into a rented minivan and we did a classic American road trip. We visited 8 national parks, the Crazy Horse Monument, still under construction, both coasts, and my family in Wichita. We also visited 2 AEP sites, Sioux Falls and Missoula, both of which were eye-openers in terms of local customs and cultures, including the Great Corn Palace in Sioux Falls. It was awesome. When I moved here to get married 20 years ago, I was amazed at how similar folks were in both areas, yet how little they knew about each other. As folks in both areas have retreated into their bubbles, in person and online, this understanding seemed to erode. I've always wanted to see these bridges that connect us as a people rebuilt. AEP addresses these ideas, but more importantly, it's just plain fun. Here's a quick highlight video from the 2022 exchange.
One of the main reasons I thought it was super cool was the free part. It means it's accessible to anyone. You don't have to pay for it. If you sign up, you go. And so it's just like, it sounded really cool to me. And it's like, why would you not do that? Like, what the hell? I'm not doing anything this summer. I don't got plans. I'm ready to go see what it's like in wherever I want to go.
It scared about the people, because I feel like if you take like a random group of people from all around the world, you don't know who they are or like if you'll connect with them. But like I was so shocked to find that like when we got here, like everyone connected so easily.
You can't let fear hold you back. Like if you're scared for a reason. And the only way to overcome that is to just go for it, all in. And so that's basically what I did with this trip. I was scared about going somewhere new and being with new people, but I can't just stay in the same box forever. I gotta expand.
I feel really independent. I feel like this is like the time where I get to discover the most about myself and about my surroundings and what I like and what I don't like.
We're different in terms of like where we were raised and our backgrounds, but in the end we're all kind of just kids living here.
That this week was definitely one of my top 5 weeks like in my whole life of travel, because getting to meet people in Jackson, it's been an awesome experience. It's been a real eye-opener to see like what Jackson is really about and what honestly like what Mississippi about, learning the different cultures, and everyone's just so like generous and friendly. It's unreal.
Over the past couple days, I've learned to love it. Like there was like a moment that washed over me the other night that I was like, wow, I can really learn to love a place that does not feel like home.
I was just seeing like this is my last day here and this is really awesome. And I just started reflecting on like the people I met, my guides, and just all the things we did and how different it was from West Virginia. I don't know, I really just love West Virginia and Charlotte. It's really different and I'd totally do it again if I could.
So on the AEP website, you can see this and several other videos from students who experienced each other's communities last summer. It's an easy one to remember, AmericanExchangeProject.org. So where will you stay? Each student on an AEP exchange stays with a host family in the community. Staying with the host family provides the biggest opportunity to learn about life in another part of the country. All host family members 18 or older must pass a state and federal background check and provide references in order to host. One of the coolest things about AEP is Decision Day, when your choices for locations to go get revealed. Where should you make your preferences to go? On the AEP website are our 2023 locations. Surf over to see where you'd like to visit and learn more about. There's also blog posts describing some of the communities, including several of the ones I've mentioned already. Our turn to host here in Fairfield County is scheduled for Wednesday, July 26th through Wednesday, August 2. You'll always fly Wednesday to Wednesday. All AEPers are expected to participate in their local exchange as much as possible in order to get to know their peers from around the country. This exchange belongs to our county and the tri-state area. How can we be great hosts for our visitors and show them what life is like here in the towns of Fairfield County? When you sign up to travel, you'll also be committing to planning our hosting week. What do we want to show them? Do we want to show a walk on the Avenue, time at Todd's Point or on the Sound, a Mets, Yankees, or MLS game? What about Shakespeare in the Park? You get to plan to show what we will show about our community. We could take a tour to Bear Mountain, do a Circle Line tour around Manhattan, visit the Statue of Liberty, of course. The coolest part, it's all paid for. Additionally, rising seniors who've completed their junior year can participate as part of the exchange as hosts while they can't travel, but they get priority for traveling after their senior year. So as a junior, you can sign up to host and be part of the planning fund. Now, should I host a student in my home? AEP asks that families of participating students host a fellow AEPer when students travel on their own or to their town. You don't have to host a travel student in order to participate, but AEPers who also host get the most out of our program. Host families receive a stipend for each student they host to cover food and transportation costs. Now, you might be curious who funds the AEP. They're backed by many organizations, including the Millikan Foundation and the Heartland Foundation, which is Steven Spielberg's charitable organization. And if you're curious who are some of the supporters of the AEP, there are many. The CEO of AEP is David McCullough III, the grandson of the recently passed famous historian. And the board includes political science Robert Putnam, very famous author of Bowling Alone, and Akhil Lamar, Sterling Professor of Law at Yale, often cited by members of the U.S. Supreme Court across the ideological spectrum. So, how do you sign up? We'll return to this slide in a moment, or you can pause the video. We'll leave the student sign up on the left and the host family sign up on the right for 5 minutes at the end of the presentation. The deadline to sign up for the program is January 18, 2023. But you can express interest before committing to the exchange, so please do so today. You can go through the process and sign up and gain more information, and then commit before January 18. If you have additional questions, my email address is ct-fairfieldcounty@americanexchangeproject.org, or you could send an email to my Central Region Director, Wallace Wyatt, at the address above, wwyatt@americanexchangeproject.org. Thank you so much for your valuable time. Thanks for attending or viewing this presentation. We'll leave the QR codes, which you can scan with your phone camera. Tap the yellow barrel that pops up for the next 5 minutes on the video screen. That address again is americanexchangeproject.org. Have a great evening.